So recently we have covered an entire machine learning playlist within this channel, and before we get started discussing the fundamental topics of deep learning within this new playlist, today I want to discuss the core differences between deep learning and machine learning. So before we get started, please subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Also drop a like below. It will help the algorithm to push my video to more people like you, and it will help the channel to grow. And without any further delay, let's get started. The first point is interpretation. So when we are talking about machine learning and algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression, SVM or decision trees, all these algorithms are quite interpretable. You can actually understand that how the data is being interpreted behind the model. And it is easy to understand the logic behind a given response or a given prediction by a machine learning model. On the other hand, when we are talking about a deep learning model, it is relatively far more complex compared to a simple machine learning model, and it is not easy to interpret the neural network or the deep learning model that you are using. So in simple words, I am not saying that you cannot interpret a deep learning model, but all I am saying is it is relatively far more complex compared to a machine learning model. The second point is in terms of feature selection. So if you have ever used a machine learning model, or if you have ever worked in a machine learning project, you understand the importance of feature selection, how important it is to choose the meaningful features before you give it as an input to a machine learning model. Because the model itself does not have the capability of choosing the efficient features from the entire dataset. You will have to do that work manually. In contrast, when we are talking about a deep learning neural network, it has the potential of identifying the important features from the entire dataset and paying lesser importance to those features who are not that important. Or you can say the features which are not that meaningful in terms of doing prediction. Their weightage will be reduced by the deep learning model, and more importance will be given to those features who are really helpful in terms of doing the prediction. The third difference is in terms of training time. So deep learning model requires far more training time when compared to a training of a machine learning model. In fact, in some cases, a deep learning model can take up to months and years in order to get trained. However, typically these kind of training is mostly done by top companies, not by individuals like you and me. But the idea is that in order to train an efficient deep learning model, it can take a huge amount of time. However, the time required to do the prediction by a deep learning model is lesser than a machine learning model. In simple words, a deep learning model can make faster predictions. Fourth difference would be in terms of hardware dependency. So it is easy to train a machine learning model even if you have a simple machine or laptop. However, if you try to train a deep learning model, that also with huge data on your laptop, then it might take really long in case you do not have a really efficient CPU or GPU attached to your device. So most of the times when researchers are training a deep learning model, they will be using GPUs, and GPUs are devices that has far more greater efficiency when compared to CPUs, and also they are relatively costlier as well. So in simple words, deep learning model has a greater hardware dependency compared to a machine learning model. And the final difference would be in terms of data dependency. So you can easily train a machine learning model with an algorithm like decision tree or logistic regression, even if you have a data set with hundreds of records. But if you try to train a deep learning model with such small data, then you will not get a good performance. Because deep learning models are kind of algorithms or structures that requires huge data, like a data set where you have millions of records. Those kind of data set would be really suitable for deep learning. So in a nutshell, compared to machine learning, deep learning is a method which is data hungry, and it requires far more data compared to a machine learning model. So these were few top differences between a machine learning and deep learning model. I hope that you found this video helpful. If yes, then please drop a like below. Also subscribe to the channel if you are new here. And please do not forget to press the bell icon, because in the next lecture we are going to discuss about perceptrons or neurons, which is the fundamental topic when we are talking about working with a deep learning model. So thank you very much for watching this video till the end. You have a nice day ahead.